So, I just wanted to take the time to say, um, I like Tasha K. I do. Um, other people that I have love for, I know that they don't like her, but I am my own person and I don't know Tasha K, you know, at all. But I was watching her one day, this day, right? And I've been talking about Adam and Eve. I've been talking about Adam and Eve. And I don't care what nobody say. I don't care what nobody say. I think Tasha K is a beautiful woman. This picture that I took of her right here, this is a beautiful woman, a beautiful black queen, and I'm not gassing her up. I'm not looking for anything. I'm not trying to gain anything. I just been doing this Adam and Eve series, and I just want to say that Tasha K, her look, I'm not talking about her behavior or, you know, nothing like that. I'm talking about solely in this picture, this moment. Her skin is flawless. I mean, she's beautiful to me. I think that, black women are some of the most beautiful woman. Okay? I know that people will see my videos and they will think that I hate black women, but I do not. I do not hate black women. I recognize black women as the mother of all, because Eve is the mother of all, and Adam is our father, not our heavenly father. No, the Most High is even Adam's father. So I'm not talking about the Most High in this moment. I'm talking about Adam and Eve. And to me, Tasha K, her look embodies Eve. Okay? And I know she get a lot of flack. People talk a lot of crap about her. They call her ugly. I do not agree with that. I think she's a very beautiful woman. And her behavior, now that's something different. But nobody is perfect. But I meant to, like I said, I meant to put her picture in a few videos ago when I was discussing Eve. And then when I got to this point, I was debating it because, you know, um, of where I'm at in Adam and Eve. um, but I said I'm going to still share. I'm still gonna give my opinion. This is what Eve would look like. I love when black women wear their hair like that. I love that. My favorite aunt, who's no longer here, Queen, my favorite aunt, she would wear her hair like this sometimes. I love when, black women wear finger waves and stuff like that. So just wanted to say, and um like I said, I know somebody else who I do have love for, and I do watch their videos and support them, and even took their little class, and um well, it wasn't little, it was big. I mean, it was good, really good information. But I'm my own person, and I definitely understand. uh I will say I do hate to see her and T.S. Madison fight. I do hate to see that, but I'm not in that because I don't know neither one of them personally. I just have love for the both of them. And I'm sure I'm not the only one because this world is not as big as you think it is. And a lot of these same people be sitting up, we watch Funky, we watch, Tasha, we watch, Maddie and, T, because I love Lovely T as well. I love Lovely T as well. And I sometimes feature her content, because she say a lot of things that I agree with, and I just want these people to all realize how special they are. And man, if, you know, we could all come together in a perfect world, but I know how things are. I want people to know, like I support it. I did watch, and I don't care what nobody says. I think Tasha K is beautiful, and I think she looks like Eve. And I took this picture of her, and I mean, everything was glowing. Her hair, she don't have on much makeup. This is her, and so the big earrings. I love that look on a black woman. Like, it's just so like how they can rock short hair and like I said, I do love black women, so don't get it twisted when you see videos videos like I just did this most recent video, why I'm so mean to Christians, and I was talking about Mother Frances Kelly, and I meant every word. I'm standing on business because for years, you know um she, like I said, she's in the videos. You entitled to your opinion, but her way, that's not ministry. That is not ministry.
I get so sick of sisters, I don't know what to do. I'm sick of sisters. And half the time bringing them in somebody's church, fanning over somebody's choir, I'm sick of sisters. Just sick of.
Look, Craig, I want you to see how she done aged. Like,
where is she at now?
That is wrong. That's not ministry. That's not ministry. And people gonna have to give an account for that as well, because that is not love. That's not love.
Come out from among them sissified men that's been hanging around you. I didn't say you was a sissy. You understand what I'm saying?
She is saying that. That is what birds of a feather flock together. Suppose somebody was struggling with something and they came to the church and they came up in there and they heard that. I mean, is this that? I mean, you really think that they're going to go to anybody in leadership because ding, 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 somebody gave her a mic. Somebody gave her a mic. And they don't want to understand that this type of behavior is what drove many of your young people out of church. This right here. And then in a last ditch effort, now you trying to appeal to the world, and you've become the world. The church has become the world. This ain't no strong mother. Dressed in white, but using words as daggers. But then when I would love to address this, man. I wish I would, man. I wish I would, man. I would let her have it. I sure would. I would let this old hag have it. You have a lot of nerve when you are very aggressive, like a dyke or a bull dagger. That's how you come off. Like an old repressed bull dagger. And people like this man in this suit, they get tired of being talked to like that. That's demeaning. This is demeaning. You are demeaning somebody in front of thousands of people, and you don't know this man's situation. You don't know if he really is hanging around sissies or not. You don't really know that. I'm sure. You ain't in this man's back pocket. On the day of judgment, she is going to have to give account for her wrongdoing. But I've been telling y'all, these people like her, they want to be the ones dressed in white, like they're oh so holy, but yet they sound like vipers. They sound like they act like ravenous wolves.
I can't use no men trying to be women. We call them faggots. I ain't calling you that.
Listen at that. That's holy? That's holy? That's holy. Wow. That type of language. Do you even know this old senile baboon looking ass Jezebel probably don't even know where the term faggots even come from. It's not just a cigarette butt. Okay? Faggots are short sticks that people, homosexuals, sodomites, people who committed sodomy, same sex, but they would have to go out and pick those sticks called faggots, right? They would have to go pick those sticks, and they would bring them back, and they would use those sticks called faggots to start a fire and burn them. Over time, as time went on, it went from the sticks being called that to the people who picked the sticks. That name transferred from the sticks to the person that was doing the act of picking. Now, the same people that burned the faggots also burned black women that look like her for practicing quote unquote African spirituality. And then back in those times, if you, like, y'all know how, like, back in the day, you would hear your grandmother, your great grandmother, and they would have all these remedies and stuff like that, using like honey and cayenne pepper and the same stuff that we doing now in your sour tops and stuff like that. Those women that knew how to do that stuff, they was considered witches. They was considered witches. And they would burn them. And I know I'm not above anybody, because baby, I will call you a faggot in a minute. But I know the meaning of the word. And it's just like, Nigger. We've taken that word and turned it, flipped it, And some people still won't use that word, and that's their right. That's their right. But me, I'm going to use it. I'm going to call you a nigga. Okay? Just like I'm going to call this old leprechaun Jeepers Creepers. This bitch, she got, every 23 years, the bitch get to eat. And this is what she want to spend her time doing. Now, black women, don't take away from the fact that I do love you. But sometimes, y'all are very hurtful. Y'all very hurtful. I've been the faggot as she's talking about. I've been the same faggot who called the police and intervened on behalf of a woman such as herself getting that ass beat by her boyfriend and baby daddy, getting stomped. Had I not did anything, who knows what could have happened. That's happened a few times. I've bought Pampers, given money for kids, bought school supplies, bought shoes, gave my time, my energy for birthday parties and baby showers. All the stuff that the men who be in between their legs is supposed to do. And I'm not saying that's not a dig at black men, because there are some reputable black fathers, and I think that black men have really stepped up. I'm proud of black men. I am. But I'm talking about this right now. This is not ministry. Even if, and then people like to talk about me, right? Oh, I don't like the way you talk. But then you'll go sit up under this. You'll sit up under this and yes and agree, and I don't get it. This woman is going to hell. I said it in my last video. She's not without sin. She's not. Even though that's how she acting. We just saw that video of that girl in the supermarket. Now, I'm sorry, I'm not trying to be offensive, but I just don't understand how is it protect black women, but then y'all will put yourselves in the line of danger like that. And I'm sorry, I'm not trying to be offensive, but it comes off as I can put my hands on you, I can do whatever to you, but you can't do nothing to me. I can say whatever to you, but you can't say nothing to me. And baby girl, we both know it don't work like that. This is harmful. I understand if you know what I'm saying. Even with that situation, that girl, that dumb girl, and you be mad at me all you want to. He better than me. He is better than me. Okay? He better than me. Cause there is a demographic that would have still been, that would have been upset with him if he would have defended himself. Well, that demographic would have been upset with me. Like, I'm not even playing. Baby, I love the black woman. I do. But at the same point in time, it's just some of the stuff that goes on within y'all community. I don't get it. You will scream, we the most disrespected. But then you will disrespect your each other by sleeping with each other's men. I've been your friend, baby. I've been your friend. I know how you work. I've seen girls purposely get into it. Not purposely, but get into it with other girls. And then will purposely go find this girl on Facebook and then go through her page, researching, trying to find out who her baby daddy is just so they can sleep with the baby daddy. Does that protect black women? I have seen it, man. And still to this day, like, I'm still it was a situation the other day. I was out at the store the other day and white dude was talking crazy to this black girl. And I checked him. And I ain't want to just, always want to pull out my camera. Nah. Because I might hit you with it. I might hit you with my phone. So, nah, I don't do, But like I was saying, that girl that was even in that grocery store, that's just a regular girl. This lady has on white. And she's in a church setting, quote unquote, the Lord's house, quote unquote, where broken souls come. Where broken souls come to at least get, that what is that they do when they use them things and they put it on the chest? Clear. At least to get one of them. if they can't be fixed. It's all kind of people who've been molested that come into the church, all kind of thoughts, all kind of emotions, and then lo and behold, they come across this wench, this old Tales from the Crypt looking as Jezebel, dressed in all white, but pure black and evil on the inside in her heart.
Understand it. But the ones that's been around you, they've been around you, haven't they?
Yes, ma'am.
Talk to me, boy. I don't play with God. Stay away from around them sisters.
And just because he said, yes, ma'am, you got to understand. In church, it's just like them prophets when they be prophesying. Some people will go along with it because they don't want to embarrass that prophet. They don't want to embarrass that person that's speaking.
It's okay.
Now look at this. Now this her old now.
I don't mean any disrespect either. I respect men.
See, when they start off like that, you know it's about to be some disrespect. You know it's about to be some disrespect.
I really do. I even try to respect sisters, but it's hard. But I do the best I can.
So, I want to read what I wrote. And that was T.S. Madison's show, Fag Talk. You know, as you can see, like I said, I watched both. But I want to read what I wrote. I titled this video because I did a video about it. Why I am so mean to Christians. Why I teach the way that I teach. I don't know if I like that title. I can do better. Savage point of view. My rebuke of this old cunt whose kitty cat is probably drier than the Sahara Desert, aka old spoiled fish. She is a very hateful and mean-spirited old senile fool who wouldn't know God or Christ if they slapped her in the face. Now I see why Paul said what he said about women in the pulpit. Being tired of sissies, quote unquote, and finding it hard to respect sissies, quote unquote, was her claim to fame. But in the afterlife, she will claim that flame, meaning she gonna burn in hell. She too is with sin. She's been pagan all her life, celebrating holidays like Christmas, which is a lie on the birth of Christ. Christ was born in September during the Feast of Tabernacles in the year 4 BC. And she celebrates Thanksgiving, which is a celebration of the demise of her own people. Her celebrating pagan holidays is her putting other gods before God. She's a part of one of the biggest cults in America, known as the Church of Garbage in Crisis, COGIC, an institution that has been in predatory, fraudulent, and cover-up scandals involving money, sex, minors, and taking people's churches. She participates in Sunday worship and does not keep the Sabbath or reverence any of the feast/holy days that the Most High established forever. She has eaten abominable foods like pork all her life, making her abominable. She is meaner than a ugly junkyard dog. She lacks love, empathy, and kindness because she is full of hatred. Her words probably drove some to cut their own lives short. And if so, their blood will be on her hands. A lot of people will think this is mean because She is old, but if we switched the people from men being called sissies by a black woman to black women being called hoes by male preachers in the pulpit, the church would be in an uproar. But because you have hatred in your heart, which won't get you into heaven, by the way, for the Libiquita community, LGBTQIA, it's all good when her hurtful words are aimed like daggers at people who come to the church looking for Christ and love, only to find a cold, mean hearted, alien Jezebel, her mindless minions, ready to be scammed out of every last dollar in a godless, spiritually hollow building. What she can't stand is the fact that she and many in the church like her are going to bust hell wide open. See, a lot of these old women and men have so much to say about gays, but they will gag in judgment. They sit up on the phone, gossiping, morning, noon, and night with anyone who will listen to their desperate ass. And gossiping is a big sin. There's an older woman, cousin of mine. All she does is gossip about everybody in the family. I told y'all I live this. I come from and I have seen this behavior daily, especially every Sunday. You heterosexual people are going to be the main ones to gag at the gates of heaven. You were so worried about the sissy getting in heaven, but you forgot to secure your own spot. This dumb cunt will spew hateful words and then say, "Praise God, I'm saved." No one is saved until you make it into the new kingdom. These old hoes, like the one in this video, are often into Masonic, Freemasonry. Eastern Star is nothing but witchcraft. A lot of them be into Eastern Star. But I'm telling you, it's Freemasonry, it's Masonic, and it's witchcraft. They often will protect pedophiles. Often. Like that church down in Florida, who the pastor was convicted of being a predator. And so their solution to keep the pastor was to remove all the kids out of the church. This is how blind people are. This is how blind people are. But the time is up for all of that, because this is why people are leaving the church. I've already showed you on one of my videos. They often will protect pedophiles and monetary predators who scam their own elderly members out of money. One was in Houston for $3.6 million. That was that Kirby John Caldwell case, and he was convicted and served time. And the other one was in Brooklyn, New York for $9 million. And I think that was that Lamar Whitehead. Both men went to prison for years. It was okay when they thought to tear others down as if they had no sin. But now I'm the villain. I'm the villain because I'm pointing out their flaws and false doctrines in which many of these old hoes can't even read. Functionally illiterate. These be the same holier than thou type of women who buy stolen merchandise or get their hair and MAC done by the same people they condemn. They get mad at everyone but their own husbands. While she is tired of sissies, that other woman, child, 16 is a child, or sissy that her husband was probably sleeping with, was tired of her ass too. This what the bitch look like today. Yeah, I said what I said. You have to give respect to get respect. Love is a two-way street. And I'm telling you, this woman, she gonna bust hell wide open. This another one too. She gonna bust hell wide open too. She gonna bust hell wide open. She a false prophet. A false prophet that can't even cook. But this hoe right here, this heifer, she's going to march them into hell. She gonna march them into hell. This is a scam artist. When I think of Francis Kelly, this is what I think of. Proverbs 21:9. It is better to dwell in a corner of the housetop than with a brawling woman in a wide house. And that's what she gives. That's what her energy gives. It's so crazy how Christ is going to come back and he's going to do it again in the very buildings that Francis Kelly ugly self stand in. The men that's supposed to be over her, that allowed her to do this and to say things, to spew hateful words while in the pulpit in the congregation. These same men have taken tithes and twisted the meaning and turned it into money. When tithes has always been food. I have lessons on tithes. Baby, everybody concerned about money. I already showed y'all in multiple videos how it's a fact. You can Google Black Christian Church $420 billion since the 1980s. You can ask that question. It's true. It was in the New York Times. I didn't make that figure up. The New York Times reported it even. That the Black Christian Church has raked in $420 billion off of illegal tithes. Tithes is food according to the scriptures. I don't care about what your pastor has to say. Your pastor is going to hell because he took the word of God and he twisted it to get money. A lot of them is going to have to answer for that. But see, they were so worried about the sissies doing what Francis Kelly was doing that they forgot about that. They forgot about what they had done with the tithes. Tithes is food. This is my channel. As you can see, I've addressed my community as well. Yeah, look. Welcome. I'm in my own little corner, my own little chair where I can be whatever I want to be. I speak about everybody. Everybody, including Francis Kelly, Master Splinter looking ass, old senile ass, rat looking ass, alien, gargoyle looking ass, bitch. I talk about everybody. I don't care how old you is and everything. No community. No community. No, not nan one is off limits. I am a truth teller. I'm not a vlogger. I wrote a book. It's called The Book of Savage. Nine got it published. The stuff that I talk about, which is child molestation and a bunch of other stuff, and those ew-ish ashy nasty people, yeah, they ain't trying to let that get published. It's 19 chapters, 1,450 pages, and it's not just pictures. The videos that I have on my channel are literally from me reading out of my book. I expose and speak about the false doctrines and corruption going on within the church. I'm too real to be fake, and I'm more of a loner. Youngest of 7, but I cut my family off years ago. I was raised up in the church, but I was also raised up in Paul Mooney, Martin Lawrence, and Bernie Mac, and a host of others too. All I can be is myself. I have shared my life story. Today I have been celibate for 2 years. I'm not ashamed of who I am, but I am ashamed of the Willie Lynch syndrome that has been plaguing both of my communities, Black and LGBTQIA, for years, even though I am an outcast to both. Yeah, so I'm not a church sissy. I'm an outcast. The church don't like me. Not at all. Church don't like me. LGBTQIA don't like me. And you know how black folk in general treat, as we could tell with Francis Kelly, how black folk treat LGBTQIA. So I'm an outcast to the quote unquote black people too. And shit, I don't fuck with my family like I just said here. They don't fuck with me. Some of them. I have some, like, I do have, cousins that I'm still like that I love and that I'm still cool with, and certain aunts, and so yes, there is still some. I'm still connected with some of my family, and I do love them genuinely, you know. But for the majority of my family, I don't fuck with them. So yeah, signed, the black sheep, the real one, and then these are my social medias. But anyway. And that's your boy, me. 253 videos. Ooh, this video is climbing. I wonder, I don't know why, but these are some of the other videos that I have. These two videos at the top. Well, no, these 3 videos at the top, starting from Tucker Carlson and Miss Millie on down. Oh man, y'all gotta watch them. Okay, wait, I'm looking for it. Oh yeah, I sell oils, but I don't sell to everybody. I'm very selective about who I sell to. Man, these two video at the top, yes, they are long, but baby, I snapped in them. You definitely worth the watch. One of those 2 videos are my favorite. Some of my favorites. This is all facts. Okay. Oh yeah, I worked at Target. Talking about my experience there. So, like I said, black woman, that might be a video you might watch and you might not. You might get mad at me, but I mean no harm to in general, but I do share my experiences. But I said what I said. I'm one of them. These 2 videos right here, these 2, oh baby, you definitely need to watch them. Need to watch them. Look, I have a message to the black man and black woman. You definitely need to watch it. And then I'm telling you about Freemasonry. My videos are the truth. I've addressed my community. Black gay men hate black gay men. You see, it's age restricted, right? Yeah. Truth. Black LGBTQIA don't want to face. All the evidence against the RCC, Satan's Church, the history of Jehovah's Witnesses. Okay. Oh, here we go. Right here. This is what I was looking for. The truth about tithing. You want to know the truth about tithing? Watch these 2 videos. Watch. This is still going on because y'all have taken the word for tithes and y'all twisted it into y'all making money. Nobody told you to have $10,000 sound systems and $1,000 microphones. Hey, nobody told you to have that. That was you. Remember this story? Because Frances Kelly is a woman, right? And see, when women mess up, they want forgiveness. They want people to empathize with them. And they want people to, feel sorry for them and comfort them. But oftentimes women are disrespected, and I just don't get like how you can turn around and hold a authority position and you do nothing but hurt people. You do nothing but hurt people. Trying to put people on blast, and it's just wrong. Go call thy husband and come hither. The woman answered, I have no husband. Jesus said unto her, Thou hast well said, I have no husband, for thou hast had 5 husbands. Why did he say that? Why? Because every time you have sex, you are marrying somebody spiritually. You are. That's where the soul tie come in. I talk about soul ties. You are marrying somebody. All you ain't did was just pay the 50 shekels for the dowry to the father, if she know her father. Just saying. Not a dig. But see, this is who Frances Kelly claimed to serve and claimed to believe in. And he telling his talk with her resulted in her saying, Come, see a man which told me all the things that ever I did. Is not this the Christ? And I will say to Frances Kelly, just like Christ, Yeshua, said to this woman, Ye worship, ye know not what. We know what we worship, for salvation is of the Jews. Okay? God is a spirit, and they that worship him must worship him in spirit and in truth. And there's no truth in Frances Kelly. None at all. She wouldn't know God or Christ if they slapped her in the face. John 8. Yeshua went unto the Mount of Olives, and early in the morning he came again into the temple, and all the people came unto him, and he sat down and taught them. And the scribes and Pharisees brought unto him a woman taken in adultery. A woman, Frances Kelly, and people who think like her. And when they had set her in the midst, they say unto him, Master, this woman was taken in adultery in the very act. Ooh, so she was getting right down with it. Doing the froggy leap, huh? Wasn't you good? Girl, you was doing the froggy leap, wasn't you? Just nasty. And adultery is abominable. Now, Moses in the law commanded us that such should be stoned. But what sayest thou? This they said, tempting him, that they might have to accuse. Oh, these men was white, by the way. They was white, and Christ was black. See, by the time Christ came to walk on the earth, Frances Kelly, with your dumb self, and the people who think like her, y'all don't know this because you spend too much time pointing your fingers at the sissies. But Christ is black, and by the time that this all happened, them imposters, those ill-ish, nasty people had already been placed in the land back in 2 Kings 17, verse 24. You can look there. It's Savarvaim. Okay? They worship other gods. Them is not the people over in Israel. They're not the real Jews. Okay? They not. The ashy nasties come from Japheth. They not even Semitic. By the time Christ came, Christ is a black Negro man. That's what he looked like. I'm talking about like a Morris Chestnut or Omar Epps type of looking brother. Okay? And he was going back and forth with these people, these Pharisees, because at this time Herod was king, right? And so he put all these people in place, and by the time Christ came, there were very few little there were very few black people left, like in the Sanhedrin. I think it might have been only like one or two. But Yeshaya, this they said, tempting him that they might have to accuse him. And the stuff that I just told you, this is what I talk about in my videos. How black people are the real Israelites. We the real chosen people of God. This they said, tempting him that they might have to accuse him. But Yeshaya stooped down and with his finger wrote on the ground as though he heard them not. So when they continued asking him, he lifted up himself and said unto them, He that is without sin among you, let him cast a stone at her. So he didn't pull a Francis Kelly. Oh, this whore right here. Oh, see, I ain't saying you a whore, but you been hanging around them whores, huh? He didn't do that to this woman in front of everybody. So is Francis Kelly following the example of Christ? Nah, she not. And that's why she gonna bust hell wide open. On the day of judgment, she's gonna have to give account for all those words. He that is without sin among you, let him first cast a stone at her. And again he stooped down and wrote on the ground. And they which heard it, being convicted by their own conscience, went out one by one, being the eldest, even unto the last. And Yeshaya was left alone, and the woman standing in the midst. Oh, so they was alone when he told her this. When Yeshaya had lifted up, what he about to tell her. When Yeshaya had lifted up himself and saw none but the woman, he said unto her, Woman, where are those thine accusers? Hath no man condemned thee? She said, No man, Lord. And Yeshaya said unto her, Neither do I condemn thee. Go and sin no more. That's the important part. Sin no more. So why is it that the adulteress, the woman, can be forgiven, but others can't? Well, the sissies, I guess, because that's the only thing that's really focused on. Adultery is running rampant within the Black Christian church, especially the church of garbage in crisis, where Francis Master Splinter looking ass Kelly comes from. The Church of Garbage in Crisis. Excuse me, because the scriptures are out. So you mean to tell me Christ can show empathy and love, but the gargoyle looking old stone face Jezebel that's dressed in white can't show empathy, can't use better language? And you really wonder why people are walking out of the church. You really wonder why. You just can't connect the dots. And then Christ gave her instruction in private. Go and sin no more. This is what she's tied to. This is what she's tied to. And the many of you in the Christian church, you are an extension of the Roman Catholic Church. And the Roman Catholic Church is tied to this. Oh, I found a picture of Mother Frances Kelly in her younger years. Aw. How many of y'all love TBN? Look, this little white bird right here. That's a satanic symbol. They're Illuminati. I've been telling people this for years. Look, boom. Right there. That's the same bird. Same bird. Look at that bird. There we go. You know who that is. These elites been working on y'all dumb selves. Christians are so gullible. She's so worried about the sissies, but this is what they do. Saturday night, Sunday morning. And mind you, this is on the Friday night is and into Saturday is the Sabbath. That's why a lot of people won't be going to hell. You fell for it. You fell for it. God's name is Ahaya, Ashar, Ahaya. That's Hebrew for I am that I am. Christ's name is Yeshaya. That's Hebrew for my Savior. Jehovah, Yahweh, Yehoshua, Yahweh, them is not his names. I have videos on those too. These is black pastors today too. This represent black. They want to wear the robes. Like the Catholic priests. They are extensions of the Catholic Church. Look, the one up to 666. What's the difference between them and them? Don't they look alike? They don't look alike? They look alike. They dress alike. But it's the same shit. It's the same shit. Look. These is dummies. All out of shape, fat. Ain't nothing holy about these men. And they don't know the scriptures. They don't even know. Same shit, man. Same shit. Now, this is what they should be teaching you in church. King James was black. That's what they should be teaching you. That's what I talk about. This is what they should be teaching you in church. But they don't. Because they don't know. They have not a clue. So if you want to learn the truth, check out my videos.